Alright, part 2 against the Apocalypse Attack. This is the very first Blitz game. I played Nimzo Larson. He actually played C5 this time instead of that same setup he normally does. And C4 so tries to take control over D5. And the one moment here is actually losing, because of this. But he didn't find that, instead just took. Now if this pairing knight b4 still works, but now I can just trade off his bishop and I'm fine. I thought I'd just castle here because I have no reason not to. And bishop e7. And I played knight c3. And right now it's like his last chance to strike out in the center. He doesn't. So I'm just trying to just bring my piece to the open file. And I finally decided to play d5. I thought his knights were like boxed in. Yeah, now my queen's strong in the center and it's blockading his weak pawn. So I'm always going to have a small advantage here. And so it's not blockade it because it's kind of pointless. And just put some long-term pressure on this diagonal. And prepare to move c5. Queen here. I decided to take that pawn because he cannot take this because of this checkmate. He saw that and said that like he took my rook and I took back with my knight. Now, apparently here, rook e8 and he is winning. Rook e8 was played. I brought my rook back. Apparently here, rook e2 is really strong. You know, see, I don't know how I would have defended this. Like, if knight d3, knight b4 is very strong. And knights have a very weak position. My king's under a lot of pressure. But that was missed. So I ended up all right. Let's see, play this instead. He's trying to like secure knight b4 for his knight. He's down a pawn, so he's trying to get some counterplay for it. And for apparent rook e2 still gives him some chances. But I guess like his rook was a little bit loose maybe. Yeah, the computers really liked rook e2 for him the entire game. And we traded queens, then I brought my king out. Now he's never playing rook e2. And my king really covers the open file. The move like tries to gain some counterplay. And apparently now, it's actually about equal. But, yeah, now I can get a rook trade. And now, this is better for white, but he's not quite losing yet. King f8, g4. Like when the bishops are on the same color squares in the end game, you need to have all your pawns in the opposite colored squares. Dark square bishops, I have all 5 pawns on light squares. So now my bishop can cover the dark squares. Oh, he has 2 dark square pawns, which are always gonna be a target. His king marches forward. Our kings are in the center. I drop my king back, and now like this is basically a draw. Like with perfect play, this is going to be a draw, but like that's played, and then eventually right here f4. Look at that. Right now it's borderline equal with a small advantage for white because while white does have this pass pawn, he can really defend against it by bringing his king back and like bishop back. But now f4, 1 pawn move, and now white's winning. Because now the white king can go forward and help his pawn, and the bishop cannot go back to help the king defend. Now my king is more active, so that's why he's losing now. And now I can just use that pawn as a distraction if I need to. And like right here, like really, like now he's losing. Like King C8 was like kind of like his last chance to try and defend the position, but he was running low on time here. Yeah, as you can see, 23 seconds, and like he really just lost from here. This game was by far the craziest and the closest he was to winning. D3, knight f6, same King's Indian type thing that we saw in the first rapid game. This time queen d2 and bishop e3. Queen d2 and bishop f3 are signs that he wants to win. Then h4. Oh my gosh, like I play h5 here because it's like it's just typical rule. Bishop e2. Like a lot of white's moves here are preparing g4. e5, and apparently I'm worse. f3. Like, f3 is a very aggressive move. f3, bishop e2, bishop e3. This is a very aggressive line. Basically, like, he's trying to play bishop h6, g4, g4 takes, h4, and just attack. Knight c6, apparently I'm worse. Long castles, a6, and apparently now, what's the idea? g4. Yeah, g4 is very strong. And, like, I'm going to try and attack him over here, but apparently he's faster. A3 is trying to slow down. B5. Knight there. And I'm pretty sure the computer wants me to take. Yeah, second line of the engine. Knight here. And apparently now I'm worse again. He puts his knight here in C5. I can't slow his attack. That's the nature of these positions. You can't slow your opponent's attack. You have to counterattack them. Apparently now I'm losing. I'm borderline losing now. He has a huge advantage here. Like his attack, it looks a lot scarier than my attack. But now I have counterplay. Knight b1 and b3. Uh-oh. His king's exposed. Look at this. His king is on the run. And apparently now he's better after what's happening here? Knight h7. Yo. If he played this move, I might have had to report him for cheating. This is crazy. What's the idea? Take, and my king just gets destroyed. Wait. It's rook here, and like queen here. Wait, what? Oh, take it. Okay, that's an insane line. Knight h7, it holds equality, but he took here. Now, yeah, now his queen's pinned, and I really just win from here. But this game is by far the craziest. Like. He's went all in and almost won. Yeah, queen g3 checkmate. Like this, I was really worried here because, like, I really thought my position was absolutely collapsing earlier on. Like when he had the rooks next to each other, and because I made one move that was too slow. Yeah, right here. Like, the computer agrees that white is a lot better here because his attack is faster. I think, like, instead of taking back, he had to go, like, h5 or something. Because this is a lot faster. Like, these positions are like a race. You need to break through on your opponent's king before they get to yours. And he took the pawn back. Alright, this is the final game. I played the Birds opening. I've started getting a lot of respect for it. And he played like this, like an annoying setup against it because like the key idea of the bird is e5. He eventually want to put a knight on e5, Not when it hangs the queen, of course, but eventually, like, and you want your bishop to trade off for that knight. When it goes to c6, so you used to play bishop e5. When it goes to c6 immediately, and just trade it off. Bishop e2. And I exercise castle short, and now I play it because like it's the idea. I took that pawn. I basically just like called the bluff. Because now it's rook g8. He does have this, but like my position's a bit better, I think. And the computer agrees. The computer says white is better because, like, while my king's gonna have to be under a bit of fire, his king's gonna have to stay in the center, most likely. And yeah, now I can attack him with moves like this. And now I can just like shred the lines open. Right here, and now he's losing. Now he's losing. He lost his queen, and just I just won, really. Checkmate, yeah. Like he did have some pretty good games. Like the second game of the second Blitz game, the previous game, that one was crazy. that was crazy, and I was very close to losing, but I just barely won. So that's all my games against the Apocalypse Attack. And at the end of this video, and playing this Apocalypse Attack, it was a fun challenge. Because he hasn't uploaded on YouTube for a while, but he's been getting a lot better from what I know. And he's almost 1,500 now, I think. Yeah.